We'll turn your eyes to the sky Thursday night into Friday for a total lunar eclipse that's visible all across the United States. So this happens because the planets are aligning. Literally, the sun casts its rays upon the earth, and then the earth in turn throws its shadow off into space. During the total lunar eclipse, the moon will be orbiting directly into that shadow. Now, you have two parts of the shadow, the penumbra, which is where you get a partial lunar eclipse. But when you see that totality, the total lunar eclipse, that's happening in the umbra. Now, you'll also notice that during totality, you're seeing a red sheen on the moon, so it becomes a blood moon. That happens because as the sun rays pass around the earth, they go through the atmosphere a little bit, and that's going to act as a filter for any sort of blue light. Remember, light is made up of all the colors of the rainbow, so Roy G. Biv, the Biv part of it gets filtered out. So you have just red light remaining. And as the moon orbits in, it'll get a red sheen to it, which means that it will become a blood moon. So the stages of it will look something like this. So you'll start off with that big ball of cheese, as we sometimes call it, until you get a bit of a chunk taken out of it. That's when you're in the partial eclipse, you're in the penumbra, until the moon orbits through the umbra. That's where you start to see the total lunar eclipse. It's going to turn red, you'll get that beautiful red sheen, and then it's going to repeat the process as it moves out of the Earth's shadow, and then the totality ends. Now, this is happening on Thursday night into Friday. It's happening in the early morning hours of Friday. When you're in totality, that'll be around 1:30 a.m. and continue to a little after 2:30 Central Time Friday morning. Totality is lasting about an hour and 5 minutes, and hopefully you can see this one because we won't have another total lunar eclipse that's visible in the United States until this time next year. But really, we won't have the same caliber of lunar eclipse. The one next year is happening during the sunrise and moonset hours, so you won't have that same dark, brilliant red moon. Now, this one will only be visible in the eastern half of the United States. If you missed that one, there is a second lunar eclipse happening at the end of 2026, but that one is only a partial lunar eclipse. It's visible all across the United States. Hopefully you guys can get a beautiful view of this astronomical phenomenon. If you happen to take any pictures, we would love to see them. Send them to our email, cbs19.tv. Have a great eclipse watch.